Guys, welcome back to the AddMeGamers channel. This is Dan, continuing of course my StarCraft 2 commentary, and we are in the Shattered Temple map, and on the bottom right we do have KenZy as the yellow Zerg player, and on the top left we do have Stephano as the grey, I do believe, Zerg player. This is a Zerg Z versus Z, so it's pretty interesting. The last game, if you guys managed to watch it, Stephano did manage to do a little bit of harass in the initial game that put KenZy just a little bit back economically wise, and of course Stephano's very mass roach attack did pretty much crush KenZy's roaches, as Stephano did manage to supply those roaches a little bit earlier and did get ahead substantially quicker, and of course that primary attack by Stephano that dropped KenZy's third hatchery and including a couple of more units did drastically hinder KenZy's economy and resources lost. So KenZy did have a lot of resources to catch up to in comparison to Stephano in game 1. So game 2 we'll see if they'll actually do the same thing or if they'll try something different. So far Stephano last game decided to go a spawn pool first, followed by his hatchery, while KenZy decided to go directly with his hatchery, then followed by the spawn pool, and then of course his third after getting those bailings up and running. So let's see exactly how it does play out now. Again, he does go for that hatchery as well, and Stephano this time as well, so really literally both the players are sort of on par. Stephano just a little bit ahead. As always, Stephano does seem to have that habit of going just a little bit ahead in playing versus KenZy, so really interesting to see. The last game he really did manage to get those roaches up and get that production up of those roaches substantially quicker, and of course more roaches for Stephano were being produced, nearly doubling the amount of roaches Stephano produced in comparison to KenZy, so there was no way KenZy could have won. But it was a very nice game. I would suggest you guys watch it. It was really nice between both the players. So let's see what's happening. Of course we do have that spawning pool directly, and again those assimilators, extractors coming online, and so far that's about it. Nothing really special happening. Everybody's joining up. Of course second bases are coming up, but let's just speed this up a bit, as this is sort of on par between both the players themselves. Even the production tabs are literally nearly the same, even exactly what they're queuing up. It's really funny watching these two people play. It's as if they sort of are doing the exact same thing. You literally see the queue line exactly copied, though I'm not even sure if they actually agreed upon this. It's like as if they're mimicking what exactly each person is building. So it's pretty funny, though, as you can see that on the pro side it's been literally calculated to the exact dot of what should sort of be built, and now finally the variations are starting to come in. We do have Stephano with more of a defensive style, while KenZy is going for those bailings. So Stephano is also going for those bailings, but he did put down that one spine collar as well, so he is a little bit more defensive, while KenZy is going to be a little more aggressive, I do believe, in this game. Bailings a little earlier on, so let's see exactly how it does play out. Let's see how it does play out. Of course KenZy with that spine collar as well, so again it doesn't really give off if he's going to be aggressive now at all. It seems literally they are playing on par. Both the players are literally doing the same thing. We do have those Zerglings by Stephano. One of them died, of course. The other one is being chased down by two Zerglings as well, so nothing really happening. Overlord's moving to the middle of the map. Everybody wants to scout out if there's anything moving across the map, so it's pretty funny, as nobody seems to be able to take these Overlords out. So let's see if anything's going to be happening. Finally Stephano morphing in 2 bailings and 4 more Zerglings coming online. Let's take a look at the units. So he does have Stephano really can't put up with this push. He does have 16 Zerglings in play. KenZy is really going to be pushing out, and Stephano's going to have a little bit of difficulty. Maybe a spine collar might help just a little bit, but if KenZy can flank that spine collar out and manage to jump into that production line, that would be very, very useful for KenZy. Of course, he is throwing down that one Zergling just to see what is happening, and he does see that evolution chamber is just going to be a little bit of a nuisance. Of course, in the production time, Queen's going to chase that Zergling away, and he does retreat. I'm not sure why he didn't move in with the rest of the units. He could have pretty much did quite a lot of damage. Stephano obviously a little bit nervous, does place a couple of bailings on the ramp itself, so they can blow up in case anything does decide to go up that ramp. So very nice defensive style by Stephano. KenZy breaking down the destructible debris, giving off that he's going for that third base, and Stephano as well. They are going for those third hatcheries. So far, units wise, it is literally nearly the same. Stephano has, of course, double the amount of Zerglings, but so far unit composition from both the players was really the same. Even build wise, they did go for those double hatcheries, that spawn pool, followed by that baning list, and of course that spine collar, and as we see also that third hatchery, nearly in sync though, but really interesting to see what's going to be happening here. A couple of Zerglings didn't make it by Stephano's side, so no scouting for him there. KenZy is a little bit paranoid here. We can see that he is placing a lot of spine collars. He doesn't want to lose. Stephano finally getting those roaches online, and KenZy going for those Mutalisks and Spire. I do believe he's going for that Mutalisk. I do believe that this is the key breaking point for KenZy, as he will not be able to retaliate with the amount of roaches. So if Stephano does decide to push out now, he will be able to do devastating damage, but the question will still remain if he will or not. So is he going to be pushing out? He does see those roaches into play, so KenZy's going to be a little bit nervous now. As you see, he does have 3 spine collars being placed down, and will he decide to move out or not? We do have that attack level 1 coming online, and he is moving out. Stephano is on the aggression, and I don't see KenZy being able to deal with this, as he did waste his resources getting that Spire up. We do have those 2 Balings in the front. Finally, that level 1 weapons is going to be complete as well for Stephano. So here it comes. The weapons just about completed, exactly when he needs it. These spine claws being placed down really frantically by KenZy. He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming. He's very nervous. He needs to get this down. I do believe a little bit too late. These Balings finally moved in, busted down. Another spine collar drops, moving in with his roaches. Should pretty much mop up the rest. That weapons 1 decided just to come online now. So that's completed. Of course, drones being pulled off the line. And that's pretty much it for KenZy. He blocked off, of course, those drones from retreating, and Stephano, very nice micro by Stephano. He decides through that he's going to be moving forward to the actual main base itself, and Stephano should pretty much mop this up. KenZy may be relying for those 26 Zerglings and those Mutalisks to do some damage, but let's see if it pays off though. If those Mutalisks do come into play, here come those Mutalisks by KenZy, and KenZy's going to be moving in. We do need a little bit more upgrades by Stephano though, but he will pretty much mop up those roaches, but this is a lot of resources lost by KenZy. Of course, retaliation, and finally those spore collars did manage to pop up. Of course, he does know that that is coming. Hydralisks coming online as well to counter these Mutalisks, so of course a very nice composition by Stephano, switching in exactly what he needs. 1 Overlord drops for Stephano. KenZy's going to be pretty much a little bit of a nuisance with these Mutalisks, and he is going to be playing on these Mutalisks for quite a while. He's going to be picking off, of course, all those Overlords that he can to cut off any advantage Stephano has from scouting. So this Overlord's going to drop as well, so that's pretty much it. And Stephano knows that, as you can see, he's producing more Overlords, as he knows that Overlord's going to drop, and there was no way he could back away from it, but a very interesting play. So Stephano did manage to go with those Hydralisks, and KenZy is going for those Mutalisks. So let's see which actual player is going to turn out on the winning end in terms of the strategy-wise. What's going to happen here? A little bit of annoyance by KenZy, of course, with those Mutalisks are going to be running around, so they are probably going to go up for that base. Of course, Hydralisks moving into play. Stephano already did predict that that's coming, since he did see that attack coming for his tumors. We do have, of course, 2 more spine collars, infestation pit as well. So KenZy very paranoid here. As you can see, he's really going all out for those spine collars. He knows that Stephano is sticking with his ground assault, as he is very well known for. We do finally have that level 1 Carpus as well, and he is going to be upgrading pathogen glands as well, evolution chambers, so we should finally have those upgrades for KenZy coming online as well. And finally, here come more roaches for Stephano. So this is pretty much it. We do have 2 groups of Mutalisks now, no Zergling and a Mutalig. It's going to be a 2 frontal push, so here come those Mutalisks are going to be pushing a little bit of a decoy, I do presume. Here comes that Queen, and that Queen knows, I do believe, Stephano's supply depot did drop. He did manage to drop that Overload, so his supply did manage to drop just that little bit though, so he's going to be doing that pincer for this base itself. They might actually break through though, but Stephano moving in all these units, so he should pretty much cover that out. And of course the Hydralisks are going to be able to reach those Zerglings. Zerglings of course retreated, and so far Stephano 13 more roaches, and KenZy is going to be countering this with Infestors, it seems, and he's going for the 1-1 upgrades as well, but I don't really see this going for KenZy's side, though, with the amount of roaches that Stephano has. How many? 17 roaches, 25 roaches now to 17 Hydralisks, and I do believe he's going to be moving out now. KenZy is really relying on these Mutalisks to give him that air advantage. But if these mutalisks do get picked off, so that's pretty much it. And here it comes, of course, Stephano moving in, of course, the 2 more overseers to take care of those mutalisks. So let's see if this is going to play out very well for Stephano. I do believe Stephano is going to be on the winning end. We do have 10 more roaches coming online. Stephano with a ridiculous number. He's, of course, completely supplied out. He's on max. He's at 194, so he just managed to kill off one of his own units, so he's going to be producing more. And here it comes. Here comes the push, and we do have a harass, of course, coming in. A couple of more Zerglings. Stephano moving forward. Very nice fungal placement by those infestors. Very nice fungal placement. Those roaches are pretty much going to drop with those fungals. Look at the amount of spine crawlers here. KenZy's paranoia did sort of pay off. He might be able to hold this off just a little bit more, but we do have more reinforcements coming down by Stephano. Stephano is going to be pushing out. These spine crawlers should pretty much drop. Reinforced by mutalisks just to annoy, but those hydralisks should pretty much drop those mutalisks. More reinforcements by roaches. Another fungal being placed down. That should pretty much take care of the rest of the roaches that are coming down by Stephano, but that's about it. And KenZy does call it a good game, as his roaches don't seem to be able to take out these his infestors don't seem to be able to take out these roaches in time, and don't really do a substantial amount of damage against the roaches, especially with Stephano's upgrades already completed. As you can see, he's already on 2 and 1, and I do believe KenZy was nowhere near that. He was maybe completing his just 1-1 upgrades. So that's about it. As you can see, he just about to complete his 1-1 upgrades. So Stephano literally obliterating this game. The advantage was hands down towards Stephano. And this is it for game 2. So as always, happy gaming, and see you guys in my other StarCraft 2 commentaries.